how do you feel companies can identify if they're getting the value from these companies when they're engaging with them, and they're paying for these EDI services?
Well, so it's all about asking the right questions. You know, I know the right questions, you know the right questions from being in the industry. But really, what you need to do is you need to start figuring out, especially if you've been in EDI and you've been handling EDI for a long time, like what does it cost you? What are you paying those individuals on staff on a yearly basis to handle just the EDI functions of
Mm,
monitoring, of making sure that things are operational, making sure that invoices are being paid that are being sent, making sure the data is correct, making sure of all of those things, they have a cost associated to them. So what would that do if you removed those individuals and outsourced it, or those individuals retire? Now you need to look to replace them.
mhm.
Well, again, it's not easy to find people that are out there amongst the marketplace. We're in this market all day long, and it's hard for me to find talented individuals throughout the world, let alone in a certain locality.
Mhm.
Um, so, what you need to do is you need to ask the right questions. You need to look and say, hey, if an EDI solution is cheaper than others, then question why.
Mhm.
And what are you lacking, or what are you removing?
Mhm.
What are they helping you with? What are they not helping you? What's included? Is there project management that's included? Is there monitoring of your EDI issues and errors and making sure that things are flowing? At the
Mhm.
same time, don't overpay for those same services as well. And I hear of clients that are paying thousands, tens of thousands of dollars a month for managed EDI services. Okay, once EDI is fully set up and operational and working throughout the system, how much monitoring really is there in play? It depends on
Mm.
how much data is flowing from your system.
Right.
How many are you getting the invoices that you're looking to get paid for? How often are you waiting on those invoices to be paid for? So it's your flow of income.
Mm.
So you need to define how much responsibility you want to take up, how much
Mm.
responsibility you want them to take up, and is it truly managed EDI, or is it somewhat managed EDI?
Mhm.
Are you looking for an EDI solution only, and you're going to keep it internal and you're going to manage it and you're going to have the headaches and you're going to deal with all those things? Or do you want to outsource it, have hands free? I'm paying you for you to monitor this, for you to have the technical staff, for you to have the backup.
Mhm.
I had a company come to me and say, well, why is your price so much higher than this independent EDI consultant? Well, because I have backup. If I'm sick or I'm out or I'm on vacation, or God forbid I get hit by a bus, there's backup. There's
Mhm.
individuals on my team
Mhm.
that know your organization, maybe not inside and out, but can jump in and figure out your company very
Right.
quickly and get working and keep you moving,
Mhm.
even though I'm sick. And it's that idea of everybody's replaceable.
Mhm.
So in a team, you're getting an encompassed team,
Mhm.
not an individual.
Yeah.
That's what you're paying for. Is you're paying for the backup, you're paying for the knowledge, you're paying for all of those things that come with it. So identify, look at it, value it, look at the questions, ask the right questions. If you don't know how to ask the right questions, come to me, come to Phil. We'll help you. Like, we'll
Right.
help you figure out what makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. And what makes sense for you? Because like you said, like the resources are a big issue these days, right? And you
Yep.
mentioned something that's very interesting. You might have staff that has some EDI knowledge, but how many more years do they have to go? Like, are you maybe they have like 5, 10 years, but like, are you trying to grow your business for more than 5 or 10 years? If that's the case, what's your plan? And so I think every company has different needs. They need to be looked at in depth. You need to have a plan. From our perspective, the way we like to explain the value that we offer to our customers is in three key pillars. One is advanced technology. So you want to understand the value that you're getting. How good is the technology that you're using? from this company? You know, is it powered by a local data center, or is it powered by some of the biggest data transmitters in the world? You know, that there's a difference there, right? So speed of exchange, for example, that's part of the technology. The interface, part of the technology. The updates that you do, the enhancements that you do, that's part of the value of the technology. So that's the first thing. Advanced technology is very key because you need to be able to innovate in your business and with this company that you choose to work with. Second thing is service. For us, it needs to be unparalleled. So unparalleled service is very, very important. Why? Because like you said, if anything happens, you can't rely on one independent consultant, because your independent consultant is going to want to go and get one, two, three more customers. And if you guys are quiet and you don't complain, what will happen is he's going to focus his attention on these other customers. And when you need help, it's going to take him a while to get back to you. So you need to have service that equates to the size of your organization. And then the third thing is industry expertise. Same thing. If you have critical documents that need to be integrated, you have complex systems that need to be integrated, you have a big organization that is dependent on these integrations and on this data flow, you need to have the industry expertise to back it up. There are companies that are just starting up in the B2B integration space. There are companies that have been there from the beginning. So you have to consider all of these three things to understand the value that you're getting for the price. And one good point that you mentioned as well was what's included, what's not included, right? That's a very good question, because in an EDI project, you have software. Software needs to be maintained. Software needs to be supported. Software needs to be updated. What's included, what's not included. Then you have the EDI implementation. Project management is involved in there. Why? Because you're dealing with a lot of third parties. Who's going to be doing that? Are you doing it? Are they doing it? That's important to identify. Then you have connections that need to be established. Then you have the mappings that need to be done. Then the mappings need to be updated down the line. Who's going to be doing that? Is that free? Is that included? What's the deal? Then you got testing. You got internal and external testing. Then you got the go live. Then you got the monitoring. So you have all of these steps in a project for it to go successfully. If it's real managed service, it's all going to be included, except for obviously things that, maybe customers, cause issues sometimes, or trading partners cause issues. And in that case, can't be included because, eventually some companies need to take responsibility for their actions. But ultimately, you need to pick a provider that suits your organization and your goals. And if anyone needs any help identifying that, Jim and I are here to help.
Yeah, and it's again, it's like you're saying, Phil. Most of the people, they get pulled in by the price.
Mm.
It's that shiny object feel where they're like, oh my God, do you see their price is so much lower?
Mhm.
And then I go, okay, did you ask them on their service? Are they pretty much handing, like, you're giving them a connection to a trading partner? Like I always tell people, listen, if you go with us, you put us in contact with your trading partner, and guess what? We'll take it from there. We'll keep you in the email thread,
Yeah.
and that's it. Like,
Yeah.
we take it from that point forward,
Mhm.
not you managing it, you looking into it, you asking them to send implementation guides and all of those things, unless you want to. If you
Yeah.
want to, we're cool with that.
Right.
But really, hand it to us. You want
Mhm.
us to migrate you from one system to another system? Give us the parties, introduce us, we'll take it from here. That's
Yeah.
what we bring to the table.
Mhm.
Or do you want to go, hey, they're cheaper. Now I'm going to take on the headaches. I'm going to reach out. I'm going to have the communication with every one of the trading partners. I'm going to follow up with every 24 to 48 hours because they're not responding. I'm going to try to push these things forward because the company that I got that was cheaper is like, well, you have access to our platform. That's what you paid for.
That's what you pay us for. Yeah.
You paid for access to our platform and for us to make sure that the servers stay up and running. Other than
Yeah.
that, it's all
Yeah.
on you.